gentleman has a 2002 Spirit 750. How do I get more get up and go? I was going to change the air filter and give her a rejet. I drilled out the baffles for some more sound. What else can I do? Well, basics of getting more juice out of your bike. Yeah, you can change the air filter. You can rejet it. Most Honda Shadows stock are jetted very, very lean. They are not jetted for optimal performance. They're jetted ultra, ultra lean, so those emissions coming out of the exhaust are just ever so gentle and sweet, which is what the EPA really wants. So, yeah, you can put in a new air filter, you can rejet. Optimally, what you want to do is open up your air intake and your exhaust. The best way to get more power out of a motor is to move an air-fuel mixture through the 4-stroke process faster. So the more you can make the bike suck, squeeze, bang, blow faster, the more power and more performance you're going to get out of that bike. So the first component of a 4-stroke motor is the suck. Lots of suck. The more suck you have, the faster things are going to start moving. So naturally, you can actually open up your carburetor, put a velocity stack on it, and increase the velocity or increase the velocity which air is entering into the venturi of the carburetor, which increases the amount of fuel that's being pulled from the carburetor and into an emulsion mixture into your combustion chamber. So the next step is squeeze. That's where your piston squeezes that mixture up in the compression chamber, and then you have bang, which is where your spark plug ignites that. You have a little explosion on there, and the explosion forces the piston back down the cylinder, and all the exhaust gases get pooped out of the exhaust. So the faster you can do that process, and the more easy you can do that process, the more performance you're going to get out of a bike. So two things that are really easy to do: you can put exhaust on it that's open and open intake. You can't just put the carb on there open, because it's going to need enough vacuum, negative vacuum in the venturi to pull fuel in to keep the bike going. So just having a wide open carburetor with a CV carb, at least the stock carbs that are on the Honda Shadows, they're a Keihin CV constant velocity carburetor. You can't just leave them open. You're not going to get good performance at all. It's going to be terrible. So open exhaust, more open intake, and yes, you will need to tune the bike. You will need to rejet now for the bike's ability to now pull in more air and fuel. You need to match the jets with that bike's ability. So it needs to feed itself more faster. For instance, if your stock main is a 125, you go open intake, open exhaust, you will probably want to go to anything between a 142 all the way up to a 150 on a single carb. On a dual, it's pretty much the same thing. You've got a 110, 115. I've seen 125s. I'm not sure if it's stock. Someone told me it's stock, but typically you've got a 115 or 110 on a dual carb. Warehouse moto, boot burners, and velocity stacks. Yes, that's a good combination. You'll get a lot of power. It'll sound better too, but you'll have much better performance. So, totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the jets, 115, so on and so forth. You're going to want to go way up. So you open up your intake and exhaust. You blew that thing wide open. You need to go way up on the jets. I do have performance tuning kits that are specifically made to work with the velocity stacks and my exhaust. However, I also have a page now on the site where you can pick your own jets and put together whatever kind of kit you really want. I can't say I recommend using a jetting calculator. I have to be careful with my wording here because I don't want to, I'm not interested in talking shit about anybody. But I will share my personal opinions. I've been doing this now for, a little over a decade. Yeah, like over 10 years ago, I didn't know dick about fuck when it came to Honda Shadows. So, but I learned a lot in that time. I've tried some of the calculators online, the quote-unquote jet calculators, and I've never been pleased with the results. It always comes down to, real-life experience, sitting down with a range of jet sizes, and taking a day on your weekend to dial in that carburetor. And once it's dialed in, it is a pure, absolute joy. So don't be hasty in tuning your bike. Spend a little time there, you know. Give it some love. So that was basically simple ways to get more get up and go out of your bike.